But they have been planning this. In fact, I've got the minutes of the first Bilderberg meeting in which David Rockefeller talked about the world economy at that first Bilderberg meeting in 1954 and the planning of the creation of the European Union. And so they have very long-range plans. They don't do what's going to happen this quarter or this month. If it slips a little bit, say, well, we'll do it next year or next 5 years. But
long-term strategic planning.
That's right. And it's like the frog in the pan. As you gradually turn the heat up, the frog is cooked before he knows about it. And they're doing that to the public. And they know that if they are too aggressive, that people will fall out in the streets by the millions and maybe bring out some guillotines.
But they're now rolling out the sound cannons and the microwave guns in the Fed rallies.
Yeah. Well, the Patriot Act and several other things that they continually try to take our freedoms away from us and try to make us all seem as though we're evil people, we're terrorists, and I think you probably have talked about FEMA saying that they've got a list of people that are terrorists.
Yes, or sympathizers, and we've all got to be put in camps. Yeah,
and so you and I are probably deep on that list, and so.
Oh yeah, they won't give me my FOIA for my FBI file. It says national security. And then national security, I can't see what lies they've got in there about me.
Well, legally, you should be able to go to the FBI and see your records.
No, exactly. I've talked to a lawyer where I'm going to have to sue him.
Yeah. But there's all sorts of garbage in there, and you and I have very thick files in the CIA and the FBI.
Oh, of course. They study what we're doing. I've noticed Glenn Beck and others are now copying all the terms I use. Yeah. Like we've got to stop the fall of the Republic, the New World Order. But then they're doing that so he can be in control of the opposition and lead them and control them.
Right. And they have these stooges out there to try to drive us in one direction or another. And they try to appear to be one thing, but they're really the other.
Robert, again, back to the dollar. We were talking during a break. Do you think this is the rush to the exits? Do you think this is the beginning of the death of the dollar?
There's no question about it. They'll end up with the international monetary system. I don't know what they'll call it. In the European Union, they call it the euro. In I believe Africa, they call it the afro or something like that. But they will create one money system, and it'll all be created electronically. And so if you are not within their system, you won't be able to spend money. And eventually they will try to go to implants, so that if you don't have an implant, and then you can't spend money.
Well, that's what Rockefeller told Aaron Russo. And he said, our license plates, our chips, everything, we're going to be above the law. All of you are going to be slaves. And that's actually what they're implementing now, where they're reading our license plates in real time everywhere.
That's right.
Tracking everything we do. This is outrageous.
And on the streets in London, there are thousands of cameras all over London. And they're doing it here. And they say that they're putting them on the freeways so that they can control traffic. It's also so they can tell where you're going.
Well, they admit that now, but I actually have an article here in my stack from today where, oh, look, how China's yuan can become the new global currency. There's one article. But look at this. Cameras keep track of all cars entering Medina. City signs have a unique way of greeting people. For instance, motorists are told they're entering a special place where people care. And it goes on to say the cameras have recently been installed in intersections to monitor every vehicle coming into the city under the automatic license plate recognition project. Once a car enters the town, a camera captures its license plate number. Within seconds, the number is run through the database. And I noticed 10 years ago they announced this in Florida and a few other towns in Texas. I've seen the federal orders. Every state in the union for at least 7 years, everything you do is tracked.
Right.
Everywhere you go is tracked. And they can read hundreds of plates a second, and it has nothing to do with stopping crime. You notice they never use it for crime. This is a Homeland Security grid.
Right, and if you don't think they can do it, go to some of these intersections where they have a camera, and anyone that runs a red light, they'll within a week or so they'll get a ticket, and because they have the ability to read the license plate and go into their database and know exactly who you are.
That's right. Like out in California, I see the old big flash bulbs that go off. They don't need that anymore. They don't need the flashing systems at night to take a photo of your car. Now it's license plate reading. And then here's another one, News 10. Sheriff Department responds to sonic device outrage. The San Diego County Sheriff Department Tuesday responded to News 10's report that a new sonic weapon known as long-range acoustic device, LRAD, that the technology has been used to control crowds in Iraq and control insurgents, and it's now in the Sheriff's Department's possession, being used at the Tea Party rallies. So again, they've militarized the police. They're training them to go after the people. And all of this was set up before the big banks try to bring us into this economic implosion.
That's right. I've seen that sound system on the military channel where one of the reporters got within range of that, and all of a sudden they turned it on, and he just ran away because he said it's so painful.
Well, these are also soft kill weapon trainers. The studies show if they shoot you with a sound beam, a microwave, rubber bullets, that they're more apt next time to fire real bullets when they're ordered to. So it's just like you train an attack dog on dummies first before you give him real blood. We'll be back in 1 minute to talk about solutions. 3 minutes to talk about solutions.